Hello, welcome to DCA Asset Management.
Hi everyone, I am Tony Irochi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of DCA Asset Management.
Hi, I'm Mike Schnaus, co-founder and president.
I'm Molly Irochi, Executive Vice President at DCA.
Hi, I'm Caroline Chiodo, also an Executive Vice President for the firm. Today we're here to tell you a little bit about our backgrounds so you get to know us a little bit more. So let's just get started. I'll hand it over to Tony.
It's great to meet you today, and I am excited to tell you a little bit about our story. We started DCA Asset Management approximately 7 years ago. There had been a predecessor company, which is the majority owner of DCA Asset Management, that Mike and I had initially raised funds for. Our intent all along had been to develop an asset manager. Mike Schnaus and I go back a long way. You can tell we both have lots of gray hair. We met as juniors at the University of Notre Dame. We've been good friends for over 50 years at this point. We've watched our individual careers develop in different cities, actually sometime in Phoenix also. We have a mutual respect for each other. Mike's character and integrity is beyond reproach, and I've always wanted to somehow entice him into building a business together, and finally we've done that. After attending Notre Dame, Mike went on to the West Coast and all that wonderful weather. He attended UCLA for his MBA, and I attended the University of Chicago. My background has been primarily within the wealth management business. I began with Dean Witter. We spent 3 years with them, and then I moved to Wedbush Securities. We grew from 4 investment executives, financial advisors, to over 30 in the time that I managed the office. My career at Wedbush also included a number of operational responsibilities in Los Angeles and Phoenix. These included back office securities processing, budgeting, compliance, credit, marketing, and staffing. Wedbush, as I said, is and was a very entrepreneurial place. So I left there with an awful lot of, I left the managership there with an awful lot of operations. My wife and I have 4 children, 2 grandchildren. So let me turn this over to a few of the other members of our staff.
My background has been focused on corporate M&A, acquisitions, divestitures, and joint ventures. I started out in public accounting working for Deloitte in Los Angeles. I then transitioned to the corporate world, working for various companies, both public and private, pursuing strategic M&A deals globally. My role encompassed all phases of the M&A process, from prospecting, market analyses and valuations, to due diligence, closings, and integrations. Over a 40-year period, I've closed over 50 deals, with businesses in 15 countries, totaling billions of dollars in transaction value. These deals covered a wide range of technologies and markets, ranging in size from $1 million to $500 million. Before DCA, I was at Entrust, formerly DataCard Corporation, serving as Senior Vice President, responsible for all M&A efforts worldwide. My wife, Lynn, and I reside in Minneapolis, along with our children and 3 grandchildren. It's great to have our family close by.
Okay, the first question we usually get about DCA is, what does DCA stand for? Our holding company and primary owner is Duloc Capital Assets, and DCA was created in reference to this. Duloc comes from the formal name of our college, University of Notre Dame Duloc, which means Our Lady of the Lake. Notre Dame is a special place for many reasons, and we have tried to apply the values we learned in college and from our families to our business lives and the way DCA conducts business. After we established the company in its initial structure, Molly, my daughter, decided to join us and help us put the strategy and investment direction in place. Okay, now I'm going to turn this over to Molly. She'll give you a little bit of an insight into her background.
I have spent more than 12 years in the financial services industry with experience on both the sell side and the buy side. I am also a Notre Dame alum, graduating from the university with a BBA in Management Entrepreneurship and an MBA in Finance and Investments. Soon after graduating, I started with Stifel on the equity research side, covering sports and lifestyle brands. There, I learned financial modeling, valuation analysis, proprietary research, and investor communications, and capital raising. All things that we teach at DCA. As I transitioned out of Stiefel, I supplemented my education with a master's in business analytics from ASU, where I learned how to critically think and got exposure to statistics, data, coding, and software development. Soon after that is when I landed at DCA. At DCA, I have helped develop and grow the investment process, pipeline, raised funds, developed fund products, grown our advisory services business, which has become part of our secret sauce, and grown the team. We've got 4 analysts and associates who now work alongside Caroline and myself.
I have been in the investment industry for nearly 20 years. I attended Indiana University in Bloomington for my undergrad and obtained my CFA designation after starting my career. Upon graduating IU, I started at Wells Capital Management. This was the asset management arm of Wells Fargo Bank. I worked on the U.S. growth equity team as a generalist. This team managed up to $20 billion in assets across 5 products. At Wells, I learned fundamental bottoms-up research. What does this mean? It means talking to management companies, listening to earnings calls, digging through SEC filings, and completing independent research. From this analysis, I would build out financial models and make stock recommendations across all products. After 7 years, I decided to move to New York to work for a hedge fund, focused in a long-short hedge fund focused on consumer. This gave me a great understanding of the pulse of Wall Street and insight into the short-term trading nature of the hedge fund industries. After 3.5 years, I moved back to Chicago to be closer to home and worked for a global REIT fund. After a few years on the fund, I was recruited to work on the corporate side from a large healthcare REIT based in Arizona. At first for the firm, I worked on investor relations and eventually took over acquisitions, dispositions, and development opportunities. Over a 4-year period, I completed approximately $1.7 billion in transactions and grew my skill set from analyzing and buying stocks to analyzing and buying buildings, while raising capital through public offerings. When I came to Arizona, I was looking to add folks to my team, and I came across Molly on LinkedIn and tried to recruit her. She had her own goals, and we remained friends during this time. Then when my firm went through a merger, Molly recruited me to come work for DCA, and I joined in February of 2023. Since starting with DCA, I've helped manage the team and put the fundraising process in place. In addition to fundraising, I've helped build out the team's investment and operational processes.
DCA was created with the vision of becoming a scalable financial services business. We are a company concentrating in asset management, fund formation, and advisory services. We started by taking the capital that we raised in DCA and deployed it into testing our investment thesis, process, and building out our operations. Over the last 5 years, we have invested in 23 private companies across 11 different industries and geographies. We've realized 4 liquidity events, developed an expertise in finance and accounting, in the finance and accounting function for early stage companies, developed a crossover capability with a focus on blending insights across both private and public markets, and learn how to invest across the growth curve. Another competitive advantage that DCA has is that we have an RIA wrapped around our fund manager, which creates a culture of transparency and compliance.
Thanks for taking the time to learn about our backgrounds. As an investment team, we value each other's opinion, and just as importantly, we challenge each other respectfully. We have shared values and goals, and our backgrounds are varied, which creates a great group dynamic and limits groupthink. Overall, we think we possess a strong, diverse team that possesses top talent and an optimum mix of youth and experience, creating an energizing environment to pursue DCA's mission. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you.
Thank you for your time. We look forward to meeting you in person and learning more about your backgrounds and investment goals. We will have our client relations team reach out to you for follow-up. Thank you.